Hi everyone, welcome to the lecture number 20 of higher order differential equation. In this lecture, we are going to start solving examples on application of linear differential equation bending movements. The theory part of this application we have discussed in previous lecture. Okay. Now in bending movements problems, there are two types of problems we have. In first type of problems, the differential equation of the situation will be provided to you in question itself. Okay, and in second type of problems, you need to form differential equation for the given situation. So whenever differential equation will be provided to you, then your task will be easy. Directly you have to consider the differential equation and start solving the given differential equation. Okay, and whenever it will not be given, in that case you need to use that definition of bending moment. Okay, m of x equal to ei d2 y by dx square. Using that relation we form a differential equation and we solve the given problem. So first we'll start the examples in which the differential equation will be provided to you, and that will be easy to handle. Now if you see this particular problem, the differential equation satisfied by a beam uniformly loaded with one end fixed and second subjected to a tensile force capital P is given by the differential equation of the situation is given. Okay, and show that the elastic curve for the beam under the conditions, even the boundary conditions also provided under the conditions y equal to 0 comma dy by dx equal to 0 when x equal to 0. So when x equal to 0, both y and dy by dx equal to 0. Okay, it means 2 y is the deformation, or what we can say, the, the change in the position, okay, of, or you can say extension, sorry, deflection, we call it as deflection. So y is deflection at x equal to 0, deflection is 0, and dy by dx slope is 0. So these are the two boundary conditions given, so that we'll need to calculate the arbitrary constants, that also we have discussed. And we need to show that the deflection or the elastic curve means that deflected curve. Okay, that deflected curve is called as the elastic curve, is given by the value of y is given by this. So the answer is also in front of us, and where ei equal to p by n square, this value of ei we have to take while solving the example. Okay, answer is also in front of us, conditions also given, and differential equation also given. This problem is very easy to handle. So very first I will write the given differential equation. Okay, so write down given differential equation is ei d2y by dx square, ei d2y by dx square minus capital Py equal to minus w by 2 x square. Now if we divide throughout by ei, we'll get d2y by dx square minus capital Py divided by ei equal to minus w by 2 ei x square. Okay, now this value is given to us. The value of P upon ei, if you take ei on this side, it will be equal to n square. So this value we are going to replace by n square, and in the right hand side we have 1 upon ei. The value of 1 upon ei will be n square p. Okay, so let us replace this value. So we'll get differential equation in this form: d2y by dx square minus n square y equal to w n square minus times w n square 2p x square. Now this is our differential equation in form of n and p, because final answer is also in the form of n and p. Okay, so let us solve it by using the methods known to you. Okay, so I will give this equation number 1. Now the auxiliary equation of 1 is d square minus n square equal to 0, where d is equal to d by dx. Okay, now this will imply d equal to plus minus n are the roots of the differential equation. Therefore complementary function of this differential equation will be c1 e to the power nx plus c2 e to the power minus nx. Right, give this equation number 2. And pi, particular integral of the differential equation, is 1 upon phi of d into f of x. 1 upon 5 of d is d square minus n square, and f of x is minus w n square by 2p into x square. Now this w n square by 2p is a constant that we can write in the beginning, minus w n square by 2p. Now here we are having polynomial function, right, powers of x. So this particular integral can be obtained using shortcut method, case number 4, in which we have polynomial function. So in the denominator we bring 1. So for that purpose we take out common lowest degree term in d from this polynomial. Lowest degree term in d in this polynomial is minus n square. So that term we take common. So we'll get here minus 1 by n square in bracket 1 by, after taking minus n square common we'll get here plus 1, and in this second term will become negative minus d square by n square, and this x square outside. Okay, now minus n square and this minus n square will cancel. We'll have only 1 by 2p, and use the expansion of 1 upon 1 minus x for this capital X, and while writing expansion write the terms up to degree 2 only, powers of d up to 2 only, because here we have polynomial of degree 2. Okay, so for the formula of 1 upon 1 minus x is all the term plus 1 plus x. X means this term, which is d square by n square. The next term is plus square of this. If you square this term, we'll get d raised to 4. But such terms we don't have to consider. So I will terminate my expansion over here itself, outside bracket x square. So after multiplying by x square, 1 into x square will get x square, d square x square, double derivative of x square, that is 2, and divided by n square. So this will be the value of particular integral, w by 2p x square plus 2 by n square. I will give this equation number 3. So now the general solution will be, the general solution is y equal to cf plus pi, and that will be equal to c1 e to the power nx plus c2 e to the power minus nx, and particular integral is plus w by 2p x square plus 2 by n square. So this will be the solution. Okay, now this is the elastic curve that we have determined. Now we have to find the values of constant using the initial condition. So for that purpose I am going to differentiate this also, because in one condition we have dy by dx equal to 0. So after differentiating this we'll get n c1 e raised to nx minus n c2 e raised to minus nx, and derivative of this term will be with respect to x, 2 will get cancelled, wx by p will be the derivative, wx by p. Now use the first condition. When x equal to 0, y equal to 0. So this is y. So if you put x equal to 0 and y equal to 0, we'll get 0 equal to c1 plus c2, and plus 2 will get cancelled, w by pn square. So this will be the one equation. And when x equal to 0, dy by dx also 0. Okay, this is the second condition. Now put in the second equation. If you put dy by dx equal to 0, we'll get n times c1 minus c2. In the both terms we have n times c1 minus c2 equal to 0, that is c1 minus c2 equal to 0. Now from this condition we'll get c1 equal to c2. Now if you put c1 equal to c2, from the second condition we'll get, from the first condition we'll get c1, if you put c1 equal to c2 here, we'll get c1 equal to c2 equal to minus w by 2 times p n square. So this will be the value, minus 2 times p n square will be the value of both c1 and c2. Okay, now on using this value in the given, in the solution, in the general solution, on using, I will give this general solution number 4. On using in 4, we get the general solution as y equal to, both c1 and c2 are what, minus w by 2p n square. Okay, so that can be written in common, w by 2p n square is common. Inside bracket we'll have e to the power nx plus e to the power minus nx. Then the next term is w by 2p x square plus 2 by n square. Okay, now for proving the required, we need to take common w by 2p from all the four terms. So this is first term, second term, third term, fourth term. If you take w by 2p common from all the terms, if you see the question, we need to show this w by 2p is common. So after taking common, these terms should remain inside. So that we have to check. Okay. So if you take w by 2p common, what will remain? That terms you write. So first two terms, these terms will be as it is x square plus 2 by n square as it is. Here we are taken 2 by w by 2p common, minus 1 by n square we have to multiply inside. So after multiplying by minus 1 by n square to this term, we'll get both term will become negative, e raised to nx by n square minus e raised to minus nx by n square. So this will be the solution that we'll get. And if you see the question, the exactly the same we have obtained, okay, which is asked x square by 2 by n square minus e raised to nx by n square minus e raised to minus nx square. Same thing we have obtained, okay, x square plus n square, x square plus 2 by n square minus e raised to minus nx by n square. Okay, so this is how you can prove the result. Now one problem of this type I will give for practice. Okay, this is the problem for practice. The deflection of a strut with one end built in x equal to 0 and other supported and subjected to end thrust capital P satisfies the equation. The equation is given as d2y by dx square plus a square y equal to a square capital R divided by P into L minus X. Okay, so this is the differential equation which is given. Given that boundary condition dy by dx equal to y equal to 0, both are 0 when x equal to 0. So these two conditions we are going to use for calculating C1 and C2. And another condition is given, y equal to 0 when x is equal to L. Prove that y equal to this. So first you prove y equal to r by p into sin ax by a minus L cos ax plus L minus x, where AL equal to tan L. This AL equal to tan L we are going to prove by using the last condition, y equal to 0 when x equal to 0. So first you prove this by considering the first two condition. Once you prove this, then in this equation you put x equal to L and y equal to 0. So when you put x equal to, this condition is also given to us, x equal to L, y equal to 0. When you put x equal to L and y equal to 0 in this equation, you will get AL equal to tan L. Okay, so that is at the end we need to show this equation AL equal to tan L. So up to this part you proceed like previous example and try to get the solution. In coming lecture we are going to conclude this lecture. In coming lecture we are going to see the problems where the differential equation will not be given in the question. So there we need to calculate differential equation by using the equation of bending moment. Okay, so thank you.